My dearest Dolores, I can't believe where the time has gone. Here we are celebrating 50 years together, surrounded by our children, our grandchildren, sweet relatives, and many friends. Looking back is so much fun. I remember the first time I saw you, and I don't know how I had the nerve to ask you to dance. You were so cute, I couldn't believe you said yes. You smiled, and I just about fainted. I can still remember the goosebumps. That began the joy of getting to know you better. I remember speeding up and down Vermont Avenue to visit you on so many occasions. I remember the Sunday dinners at your folks' house. The holidays were so special as we spent the whole day together. I think I loved your family before I loved you. I thought it was so neat that you had so many different relatives coming to your house. Seeing you in these family gatherings gave me a glimpse of what our life together could be like. It must have been the fall of 1952 that I realized that you were the girl for me. You were so good, sweet, and innocent. I knew you would be a good wife and a great mother. I knew a perfect girl was hard to find, and I didn't want to take a chance and lose you. I was thrilled when you agreed to go steady, and I remember the day we got engaged. We went to church, and at the altar rail, I asked you to be my wife. I'm not sure I knew at the time how important it was to have God in our marriage, but looking back, I see how our Lord was watching over us and helping us to keep from messing up His plan. The preparation for the wedding was wonderful and kind of dreamlike. Some of our dear friends and relatives that joined us that day and witnessed our vows are here today to celebrate 50 years of our Lord's faithfulness. From Shelley, our flower girl, to my sweet sister Maria. It was a special day, and I can remember seeing you walking down the aisle, so beautiful and pure, more than I could ever have deserved. It was more than just you and I, as our families were forever joined. I remember your first pregnancy and the months of waiting and wanting a son. God gave us our wonderful child, John, the memories which will never end. The delivery was not easy, and after 36 hours of waiting, the doctor decided to have cesarean delivery. I was scared when I was told you needed blood. I couldn't bear thinking about losing you. Thank God that you were home soon and able to care for our new baby. Seeing you hold him and play with him assured me of the right choice to marry you. Then we had the planned delivery of our second child. Even the choice of dates was providential, as our Lord gave us our dear Deborah on All Saints' Day. We are so blessed to have two healthy children and soon move to our new home in Buena Park. I remember talking about having more children, and the Lord was right there again when we learned of a lady who wanted to give up her child to be. Joseph was a special gift from God and still is a blessing. He was so welcomed by our families, especially by John and Debbie. I remember our family life in Buena Park and how it centered around the church and the families we met there. Besides your brother Dominic and my sister Maria's families, there were wonderful examples of fine Christians like the Gahagans and the Clarks who are here with us today. The years of working and raising our children went way too fast and are now behind us. But then we have the blessings of the grandchildren, and now we have Austin and Faith, who are blessings we never dreamed of. I remember the good times and the bad in those days, but thank God for all of them. To all those years, you were the wife that Proverbs 31 speaks about. It talks about her hands, which are always willing to help. It talks about her mouth, which always gives wise counsel. And it talks about her eyes, always looking to the needs of her home. Most importantly, her heart is faithful to the Lord and to her husband. It also says it's no surprise that she is praised by her husband and her children. Also in Proverbs 12:4 it says, "A wife of noble character is her husband's crown." You certainly are my partner and make me complete, as was the Lord's plan in my life. I look forward to what the Lord has in store for us in the future. I thank Him for sending you into my life. Your loving husband, John.